is Swami Vivekananda's saying. I've heard women that, they have their homes, they have their... Family has been a very big support. Born to a very open, independent, and I'm not boisterous at all about anything that I do. You need to be curious to care for someone.
Namaskar, hello and welcome to yet another special episode of IndiGlobal Talks that brings to you inspiring stories of inspiring individuals. IndiGlobal Talks is a special initiative by IndiGlobal Media Network that takes innovation, collaboration and growth to the forefront. And today a special guest, a known personality in the field of education, a leader in the education field, a Socio-Preneur. We'll get to know more about her as she dons several hats. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Rupa Vasudevan, Chancellor, Best Innovation University in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Rupa. Besides being the Chancellor, which is a well-known part of in the education space, you don several hats. You are also an entrepreneur. You are also someone who boasts Indian heritage. We would like to know what are the roles you are playing, how active you are in various other fields besides the education?
Well, I think it's very tough. I've heard women that, they have their homes, they have their children, they have their families. So I think for me, I am extremely passionate about what I do. So I don't really have a work or life balance that I need to meet. Each one sinks into the other seamlessly. So I don the hat of a mother first, and I have a 17-year-old daughter, a fantastic, bright lady, a young teenager. And yes, she's on her own and she does phenomenal work in whatever she likes to do. So I don the hat of a mother first. Then I am the mother for more than 1,500 children at the university. They call me literally their mother. I have a family which is the university people and others. I have my agriculture, those agriculturists are my family. And I don hats of basically a World Forum for Education, which I started as a passion. Evergreen Naturals, which is to do with farm to fork concept. Then I also wish to now spearhead some national roles through some national agencies which I am associated with. But all in all, the philosophy remains heritage, culture, agriculture and education. So yes, I'm almost everywhere.
Great. I see that you see whoever are associated with you, you take them as your family. But I would like to ask you here, the family, the close-knit family of yours, we would like to know your family in terms of not the education space family. You would like to tell us about your daughter, your husband, how supportive they are.
Yeah, so my family has been a very big support. For that matter, as I told you, I'm born to a very open, independent family of people, a very well-educated people who always stressed on the women being independent and stand on their own feet and ensure they are well qualified to be independent themselves. So I brought in the same values onto my daughter. Also, there's another very important aspect that is taught to us when we were young as children, that you stay strong to your core values, to your culture, to your traditions, and of course that has been passed to me and I'm passing it on to my daughters. She's come up to be one of the most brightest girls who understands everything on the whole and not only just plain Jane reading and academics. As a mother, you're always proud. I'm proud of my daughter. I'm proud of what I have given birth to, the universities, the institutions and the people working around that. So yes, all in all, very proud. We are a joint family. I have my parents, my in-laws, my husband, my daughter, all of us stay together because that's something that is important for that seamless dialogue, what the other generation brings in to the newer generation. Yeah. It's extremely important to keep them grounded with their values. So I think that is one very beautiful thing about my home, that we're all together, and we're all there for each other at all times, and I'm being encouraged, my daughter is encouraged, each one of us encourage each other to move forward in whatever we're passionate about.
That's wonderful in these times, in this age. Being together in a joint family is something is slowly, I would say, decreasing in terms of staying together. However, staying together as a joint family is also having a lot of advantage. I mean to say, the culture, exchange of culture and all, it is there. We're glad to know about that. Now we would know about, as you already mentioned, that the work-life balance is in sync. The role you play are many more. We would like to know, how do you, what is your daily chores and activity that happen every other day? What is your, how does your day look?
I'm very simple, Sudhir, extremely simple, and I'm not boisterous at all about anything that I do. So when I am with my agricultural people, I'm the agriculture labor. When I am with my cooks at home, I am cooking with them. When I am with my family, I am one of the family members. When I am with my faculties and students, I'm one with them. So I contribute passionately to almost everything I do, which keeps me busy all 7 days a week, 24 hours. And that's how I would like it to be, you know. So this is how I am, and very, very simple. I'm just everywhere, all the places. And I understand what they feel. I chat with them about their families, their children. So I just know that, you know, we are all here for a reason, you know, and we are all here to contribute to something much bigger than ourselves. So that makes us virtually nothing in the world, and that kind of simplicity is what one should have. I don't fancy cars or jewelry or anything as such. I only want to, at the end of the day, feel fulfilled about what I have done through the day and say, yes, today I did something remarkable that made a difference to someone. And this is exactly what I tell my child and my children from the university. You know, you need to be curious to care for someone, because unless you are curious to know what is happening around you, to know what people are doing, what issues they are facing, you will never care for them. Yeah. And unless you care, you will never have this emotional attitude of empathy. And unless you have empathy, you cannot make a mark in this world. So it is all interwoven. So I am curious about what my agri labor does. I am curious about how my student learns. I am curious about how my maid cooks. I am curious about almost everything around me. And because I am curious because I care to be curious, and because I have empathy to everybody around me. And this is what I tell my students. Only when you have empathy, you will make a difference in someone's life. It need not be a significant difference. You don't need to do charity. You don't need to, join NGOs. You just see something, you feel for it, and you go ahead with it. And you see to it that, you know, it will, mark my words, it will fulfill you more than anything else. When you care, when you have empathy, and when you contribute, I think there's nothing bigger than that.
A deep sense of satisfaction that comes with being empathetic and giving back. So, Dr. Rupa, we thanks for the time sharing that phase of your journey and how you work in your day-to-day life. We would like to have your message to our viewers who look up to their career and who look up to as an individual in their life.
So my message to the youth is Swami Vivekananda's saying, which said, you know, only with a good character and, you know, knowledge can you expand your vision, your worldview, and only when you can become a great human being. And I think that is what we need to do. There is always a second chance. It's not about studies only. It's not about work only. It's not about, you know, loss of love in life or whatever, because these things are making a huge difference in the psyche of the students nowadays. So emotions are good, education is good, but let's remember that there's something far bigger than all this, your life itself. And there are remarkable things that you can do with your life in this lifetime. and there is always a second chance for everything. Life gives you a second chance for everything, and that's my message to the youth. And be empathetic, be curious, be caring to everybody around you. I think that is what will make you a wholesome human being, and that's what each one of us should aspire to be.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rupa, for that message and for joining us. So that was Dr. Rupa, who is not just educationist but also a socialpreneur, and you have all heard the kind of role and hat that she dons. So till the time we come back and join with you with yet another inspiring personality with their inspiring story. This is Sudheer Goutham from the IndiGlobal Media Network signing off. Thank you.